So here is our chance to kick some ass for Mother Earth.
I'm listening.
Well, I've narrowed your choices down to 5 unthinkable options. Each will cause untold misery.
I pick number 3.
You don't even want to read them first?
I was elected to lead, not to read. Number 3.
From the earliest known depictions of the Earth, it's always been flat and enclosed by a dome. The Egyptians, Norse, Hindus, Mayans, Incas, Navajos, Hebrews, etc. all knew that the Earth is flat and covered by the firmament.
Those same cultures also believed the sun was pulled across the sky in a barge, or that humans are made of corn. Perhaps you shouldn't put your scientific eggs in those baskets.
Which is basically an impenetrable barrier encapsulating the flat plane. The flat Earth model dominated for thousands of years.
Wrong.
It wasn't until 1543 that Nicholas Copernicus proposed the heliocentric model of the universe.
What the fuck does Copernicus have to do with the flat Earth? His heliocentric model was up against the geocentric model, which was based around the globe Earth. Indigenous flat Earth beliefs had been shown wrong thousands of years before Copernicus came on the scene.
But even with that, flat earthers and the flat Earth model still went strong all the way up into the 1900s.
The entirety of flat Earth literature consists of indigenous religious beliefs and a couple books from the early 1900s. This is the evidence. ODD puts forth to claim that
flat earthers and the flat Earth model still went strong all the way up into the 1900s.
You are correct. It does not compute.
So we see from the beginning of time all the way until the 1900s, the flat and stationary Earth was going strong. In all honesty, flat Earth has never died. But for the sake of this video, we'll say up into the early and mid-1900s. In a magazine from August 1931 called Popular Science, explorer Auguste Piccard went on record stating, "It seemed a flat disk with an upturned edge after ascending 10 miles high on a balloon."
I am honestly at a loss as to how fucking stupid flat Earth arguments can get. One offhand sentence in a newspaper interview with a 1930s explorer can carry more weight than nearly 50 years of NASA exploration. One fucking sentence.
10 miles is only a little over 50,000 feet. Today we have balloons going up to 121,000 plus feet, which is almost 23 miles. And the Earth still shows nothing but flatness. Not to mention, the horizon remains at eye level at that height, something that would not be possible if the Earth was a sphere. Mainstream science says that curvature becomes visible at 35,000 feet. It simply is not so. Now let's run through another timeline, the timeline of trying to hide the flat Earth. Now we're gonna exclude Copernicus here. We know that heliocentrism, spinning ball Earth, has been pushed since the 1500s.
The spinning ball Earth, as you like to call it, has been taught since the times of Plato, not the 1500s. You should get your facts straight.
Isn't it ironic? Don't you think?
But it wasn't until the 1900s that moves were made to hide the true shape and nature of the Earth.
That is literally the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
Let me handle this. That idea is just the worst.
In fact, they started programming us in 1912, before Earth's shape was even proven, supposedly.
It boggles my mind how flat earthers can continuously deny all the science of the last 2,000 years. Hell, Islamic astronomers measure the circumference of the Earth to 17 kilometers of its true circumference around 1000 AD. How did you not come across this information in all of your research?
Keep firing, assholes!
With the founding of Universal Pictures, we have been shown a spinning globe before every movie by that company for over 100 years. But anyway, that started in 1912, And we kept cruising and kept cruising. And in 1946, we have Operation High Jump, where an expedition to Antarctica was led by Admiral Richard E. Byrd.
Wait, that's your segue? You go from Universal Studios to Admiral Byrd? Really? Okay.
They say they went to Antarctica to train, test equipment, and test the possibilities of establishing and maintaining military research bases.
Oh, okay.
They claim to have charted the Antarctic coastline during this time. Who knows what else they found? Fast forward a little bit.
What is this shit? There was an expedition, and everything went well. Or did it?
1955, Operation Deep Freeze. This is just an expansion of High Jump, where more research bases are added to Antarctica.
Oh, look at me, I'm shaking in my little space boots.
Fast forward a little more, 1958. NASA is established. Followed by the proposal of the Antarctic Treaty in 1959, and the implementation of it in 1961. The treaty basically puts Antarctica off limits to civilians, with the exception of guided tours that are carefully supervised.
The Antarctic Treaty does none of what ODD is claiming. In fact, Article 7 explicitly states that observers to Antarctica have complete freedom of access at any time to any and all areas of Antarctica. Go read it for yourself. In order to go to Antarctica, your government needs to know, of course, in the same way you need clearance to travel to any country. If you want to tour Antarctica unguided and unsupported, you can. People have been doing it since 2010. There is no conspiracy here, just lazy research.
In 1962, Operation Fishbowl takes place. Now this is where people start thinking that they found the firmament or dome during Operation High Jump or Operation Deep Freeze, because for some reason, they started firing nuclear missiles straight up as if trying to mess with the firmament somehow.
That doesn't make sense.
And not to mention the name of the project, Fishbowl, easily symbolic for the enclosed nature of our world.
A fishbowl has an open top, you jackass. Even your bullshit analogy about the name doesn't work. Anyways, Operation Fishbowl was a real experiment done by the US Department of Defense as a continuation of high-altitude ballistics work done 4 years earlier, and in response to Soviet missile tests. As for its goals,
one objective concerned ICBM acquisition, tracking, and intercept problems. Another objective dealt with the evaluation of ICBM damage and kill mechanisms. A third objective concerned communications blackout, that is, the loss of signals due to disturbances in the ionosphere caused by high-altitude detonations.
A lot of people don't believe in nukes, nuclear weapons, but I obviously can't confirm one way or the other. Just do your own research.
If you are honestly shocked that there are people out there that do not believe nuclear weapons exist, you must be new to the internet. Welcome to hell, my friends.
Bring in the dancing lobsters!
Okay, so the same year, 1962, JFK gives his famous
We choose to go to the moon
speech. Now, I think all of these events tie into these guys finding out about the true disposition of Earth, including the crystalline canopy that we can't get past. Keep that in mind.
And I base that on absolutely nothing.
They know we are trapped in and we can't leave. And they choose to pretend like we can leave, which comes back and bites them in the ass later. We'll get there, but let's continue.
Let me get this straight. So the evil Catholic Jew Mason lizards that run the world know it's flat and covered by an impenetrable dome, and choose to hide that fact by having the Greeks show the earth is round 2,000 years ago. Then they mount expeditions to explore Antarctica in the 50s because 5 flat earth books were published in the 1890s. Then they nuke the dome in the 60s, And when that doesn't work, they fake space missions for the next 50, 60 years. And they make the Universal Movie Studio logo a spinning globe. Okay, I got it. Continue.
You are a sad, strange little man, and you have my pity.
4 years later, 1966, Lunar Orbiter 1 captures the supposed first ever picture of Earth from deep space.
It's a fake.
2 years after that, in 1968, Apollo 8 captures this.
It's a fake.
In 1969, they capture this after Apollo 11 lands man on the moon for the very first time.
It's a fake.
And in 1972, on their sixth and final trip to the moon, we get one of the most famous pictures of all time, the blue marble.
It's a fake.
These alleged pictures of Earth, especially 1972's blue marble, are the entire reason behind pretending to go to the moon in the first place.
It's not true. That's impossible.
The spherical Earth, flat Earth debate is over. All the ancient cultures of the world and all of the authors writing flat Earth books well into the 1900s are incorrect. The Earth is not flat. NASA has proved it. It's over. You live on a spinning ball, just like Universal Pictures predicted. Only one problem with that. It's now 2017. Curvature cannot be detected by anyone on Earth. Motion can't be detected, nor has it ever been proven, and now all of a sudden we can't figure out how to get past low Earth orbit.
If you have ever seen a flat Earth video, then you have seen this low Earth orbit clip compilation, so I'm skipping it. As for the points brought up, curvature can be shown, Earth rotation and motion can be shown. You just need to look for it. These are not issues for the rest of us on the round Earth, because we accept the truth when it's there. You don't have to be the victim of some grand conspiracy. I'm sorry, Flat Earthers. You are not Sarah Connor.
Low Earth orbit is between 99 miles and 1,200 miles away. So we'll say that we can't get past 1,200 miles, and that's a big problem because the moon, according to the heliocentric model, is about 237,000 miles away. Now that's a big difference. Why was it so easy to go to the moon 6 times between 1969 and 1972, but we can't go even 1% of that distance now in 2017? Yeah, 1%. We can't even go 1% of that distance.
Easy answer. The Apollo missions were shooting straight through the Van Allen belts. Any radiation damage would have been minimal. Modern NASA aims to spend more time outside of Earth's magnetic field, so they need technology that can survive that. NASA isn't racing to the moon, but building a sustainable base for space exploration.
Of course, they blame it on the idea of a radiation belt, but the truth is that the Van Allen belt is a cover story for the firmament. We live on a flat plane inside of an enclosed structure. It has always been this way, and it will always be this way.
Your words guide us.
We're dumb.
The ridiculous notion of us living on a spinning ball darting through infinite space is very new on the complete timeline of mankind. And at the rate things are going, it won't be around much longer. The deception of heliocentrism will have been a very short-lived attempt at removing man from his and her divine nature. This is ODD TV. Thanks for watching.